Hello everybody, we're in EDNews-TV. I'm journalist Fuat Abbasov. Now we will be speaking about two Azerbaijan soldiers by Birov Akshin Kabiloglu and Akhundov Hussein Alihan Oglu. Earlier this week, two Azerbaijan soldiers got lost in poor weather, and Armenian officials confirmed that the soldiers are in their hands. However, in our shock and dismay, a footage of the soldiers being tortured emerged in Armenian media. There is irrefutable evidence of them getting beaten and humiliated. The Armenian officials not just bluntly violate the Geneva Convention, they also took pride in treating their soldiers in a totally disgraceful. Now we will be talking about this with our experts, John Aumide, our program officer, and David Kerans is historical from USA, and Henry van Rens, a researcher, writer, and representative in Netherlands of IEPF. And at first we want to listen John Aumide. John, please. What can you say about this accident with two Azerbaijan soldiers?
I think there's a few things people from the world and everyone needs to understand. Is basic human rights and the international humanitarian law, which protects prisoners of war or civilians itself. When we talk about civilians, we know that people that are not military, they don't have ammunition, they don't have anything against you. You're not supposed to torture them or just humiliate them. You're not supposed to break their human rights. So basically what Armenians have been doing is that they are provoking the Azerbaijani citizens, Azerbaijani entities about what they proclaim to be that them protecting the land. So let's say like this, there's two soldiers, there's two innocent, they're not armed. They're basically not with ammunition, they don't have guns, they just were lost. And the video which were posted on the social media, it shows that there is difference between just a normal human being, normal country, and just abnormal people. So this is an act of animals. So it's not a human act. I mean, people should not do like that because these people are without ammunition. So if they are not attacking you, I don't see any reason why they're going to attack them. So basically, I think as we see today that nowadays human rights is one of the spoken topics, subjects in every place. People want to protect their human rights, their own national, identity and stuff like that. So I think this is a big problem, which I think international organizations, human rights people, activists, they need to come up against and just tell them it's a big no. It's what we don't want. As a human being, we don't like something like that. I personally don't like something like that. I don't want to see people being tortured and dehumiliated like that. So I think not only from Azerbaijani side, but we're calling on international community, as we can see from the statement written by the NGOs of Azerbaijan. This is a huge problem, which I think it's the world, the global world problem, which everyone needs to see. And I think it's just not. It's sad. It's sad. It's not what we want. It's not what anyone wants. We don't want it to happen to us. So why are we doing it to another person? So it's not what we want. So I think, it's a sad story. It's unfortunate. Yeah.
It's very sad. I agree with you. Thank you very much, John. David Kerans, what can you say about this accident?
I would immediately draw a contrast of the significance of this event to one a few days ago near Khajali, where, so it's reported, Armenian irregular formations opened fire and killed 3 Azerbaijani soldiers in the evening. And those resulted in 3 fatalities. This is not a case of fatality, but it's much more inflammatory because these are prisoners, hands bound, being beaten. A case like this is especially likely to inflame tension and escalate towards more violence, whether it be formal declarations of war or other hostility. So, of course, it demands immediate response from Armenia, from the Red Cross in Armenia. I'm not sure if they've made any comment, if they intend to investigate. We don't know which Armenian authorities were responsible, whether it was the army or whether it was the border forces. We don't know why or if Armenia has taken measures to suppress this footage from social media. We don't know if it's possible. I'm told that Armenia has issued a video depicting one of the soldiers who's been captured as bragging about having killed innumerable or hundreds of Armenians. It looks as though that if there is such a video, that must be an attempt to frame him and avoid responsibility. So there's a series of questions which it's Armenia's turn to answer. Without any answers, this is serious because the Azerbaijan society will simply perceive it as blatant hostility.
Thank you very much, David Karens. Now we want to listen to Henry van Rens, our representative in Netherlands. What can you say about this accident, Henry?
Well, first of all, I was a little bit shocked this morning when I saw the little video clip about the kicking on somebody's head and that somebody was an Azerbaijani soldier who was captured. Maybe they lost the way. Yes, it is possible. Who gives the right to kick somebody else on the head? Well, normal people would not do this, only animals. Or people who have brains on the wrong place, they're sitting on it. I mean, they don't think with it. So for the rest, it is really terrible that the last few days there were some accidents, that people from Azerbaijan, soldiers from Azerbaijan were killed. Other people were tortured. And talking about torturing, I saw the last 2 years in Karabakh everywhere there was a misunderstanding probably in the Western world. So what are we doing in Azerbaijan? What we're doing is try to tell the people in the Western world what about. The Western world at this moment is a lot of pro-Armenian countries and groups and also political issues. They talk about Armenia as they are a saint. Now, what I saw, they are not saints at all. When I saw the massacres, not only Khojaly or Bashlivel, also at Lille, what I saw over there, that soldiers are buried with iron wire at the wrists and ankles, probably also buried alive, who can tell. But I was thinking that when I was there, what was going on in their heads before they died? It must be very terrible. Also, the other people who had to escape from 1988 to 1994, they must be having a hard time coming this way, try to flee. Most of the time it was not possible because the Armenians were blocking them, they were shooting them, and who is helping them? The Russians at that time, the 366th Regiment, they were helping them a lot. Otherwise, this would be not happen. Because I thought that Azerbaijan was strong enough, but at that moment they were not strong enough because Armenians, they had the help of the Russians. And that's what we say today in Ukraine. It's going to be the same exactly over there as what it was here from 1988 until today. Until we saw today those shocking clips about the soldier who was kicked. So for me it was really a terrible thing. That's what I want to say for now. I mean, it is really bad to think about that time back. The IDPs, the people who fled, the people who got killed, Khojaly, 613 people, who say something about it. In the Netherlands, nobody, because it's too far away from my bed show. And because it's too far away from bed show, the Dutch government didn't say anything about genocide. It is genocide, and I hope one day the Dutch government will say, yeah, we have to recognize it. Before, I don't believe in them. So I hope that there will be peace, and that will be very soon.
Thank you very much, Mr. Rens. So now you're writing a book about the Karabakh War. Will you talking about this accident in your book?
Well, my book will not only about Karabakh, it will also a little bit about the history of Azerbaijan, because the people in my country, they don't know anything about Azerbaijan. So I try to put them a little bit forward to see what kind of war it is. And also Karabakh, what happened over there. So it is really important for me to show the people in my country, and not only in my country, everywhere, what is going on. And some people, they say, no, it can be not that bad. I say, yes, it is bad, because I saw it. I saw what happened, and sometimes it was really hard to look to it. You have to turn around because you cannot see all the problems, what was going on up there. Also for the IDPs, over 1 million had to fled from their own country in their own country, because some other country, they thought we could be a great Armenia, like Hitler thought before, like Napoleon thought before, all the things together, we can make a great country. Well, anyway, they failed.
Thank you very much, Mr. Vance. I thanks everybody who speaking about this accident. Thank you very much for watching.